They thought they buried me, shadow in the dirt. Beneath the weight, I learned to flip the hurt. Echoes of the past won't drown my sound.
What's going on, comic book fans, and welcome back to Let's Talk Heroes and Villains, the podcast that dives deep into the masks, the minds, and the battles that shape our favorite worlds. I'm your host, Mike Otis, founder and CEO of Phenom Comics, and today we're stepping out the skies and onto the streets. No gods, no galaxies, just alleys, rooftops, and the dirty grind. Understand what I'm saying? And because today we're finding out who's the best street level character in comics. All right, from Gotham to Hell's Kitchen. Also, I will be adding my own character from Cleveland. So let's crown the king or queen of the street fight. Let's talk about it. What is a street level hero? Let's define that, okay? A street level hero is someone who deals in ground level crimes. No world-ending aliens, no multiversal threats, just gangs, crime bosses, crooked cops, and yes, your serial killers. And that is a fact. I'm actually a big street level fan when it comes down to it. I feel like it's just more realistic, you know. And obviously the thing about comic books, man, you for a lot of characters, they always say make your characters that are relatable. I can understand that. So we're gonna continue into that as well. But their powers, if they have any, are limited. You know, they're not that strong. But their skill, fearlessness, and willpower, that's what makes them legendary. Okay? They operate in dark corners of their city. They don't ask for parades. They ask what's the next fight. Period, point blank. They don't ask for permission. They don't look for validation. If you're a street level character, you do what you do because that's who you are. You know what I'm saying? So this is where we're going to get into the contenders of who's the best street level character. Now, I want to also let you guys know that, you know, we're pretty much going to go into a little bit, lean towards a little bit of the darker side of the street level characters, but let's break out our top contenders, okay? We got 5 street level legends, you know, from comics that does define the game. And we're going to talk about them right now. Number 1, we got Batman, DC Comics Batman. The city he resides in is Gotham. He has no powers, but he is peak human. With peak human agility, strength, you know, speed, you know. The tools that he does use is gadgets, his tech, and he's a genius detective. That's why Batman is considered the greatest detective in comic book history, period. His vibe, he's called the Dark Knight, man. He's the symbol of fear, yo. You know, the symbol of fear, y'all. And his legacy is probably the most iconic street level hero ever. And I'm honestly, you know, I'm going to probably just have to shut this down with this one. You know, I'm going to basically have to sit up here. And the reason why I say that is because Batman is the only fictional character, man, that has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. If you don't know, look that up. That'll probably tell you. I understand some people got some arguments to say Spider-Man is the greatest of all time. I 100% do get it. I love Spider-Man. Like him. But he ain't got that star. I'm just saying. Anyway, we're going to continue into it. So next, we're going to talk about Marvel's Daredevil. He's another one. He hails from Hell's Kitchen. Powers is radar sense and enhanced hearing. His tools, he uses acrobatics, boxing, and billy clubs. His vibe is Catholic guilt and blind justice, if that makes sense. Blind justice. His legacy, the heart of the streets in Marvel. I'm sorry to say that, but he's the heart in the streets of Marvel. I could be wrong, man. Because technically, I could be wrong, but we'll talk about that. Y'all tell me. And then obviously next, man, we're going to talk about Phenom Comics character. I had to add my guy, Night Reaper. It wouldn't be right. It wouldn't be right to be on Phenom Comics and channel and not add my character. So just to let you guys know, also too, in future references to this channel as well, you will be hearing on different episodes, man. I'm going to speak out on characters that you guys have not been introduced to yet. That is from Phenom Comics, and also other indie characters from other people as well. Just to show the importance of also indies and not just talking about the big two. I love the big two, but let's be honest and give some other people some more love. Anyway, let's continue. We got Night Reaper from Phenom Comics, y'all. He resides in Cleveland. He has no powers but trained in military combat and stealth. His tools are custom 1911 dual pistols. He has 2 mechanical chain grappling sights, hooks, that he uses to maneuver through buildings. He also can use in close range combat and long range combat. Legit. And he also have martial arts. His vibe, he's a war veteran turned urban reaper. Okay. His legacy. What legacy does Night Reaper leave? A rising icon in independent comics. Fueled by pain, vengeance, and strategy. Period. You know what I mean? So next we're going to talk about Moon Knight, Marvel's Moon Knight. He resides in New York. His powers are linked to the moon and the god Khonshu. I'm pretty sure I'm saying his name correctly. His tools are chrysid darts, armor, unpredictable combat style. You know, his vibe is more chaotic, layered, and unpredictable. Now, the legacy that Moon Knight leaves is he's a cult favorite, but he also has a mental illness and mysticism meets brutality. I'm gonna say that again. Mysticism meets brutality. That's who Moon Knight is. And then, for our 5th guy, we have the Punisher, Frank Castle himself. Where he resides is anywhere crime just dwindles in. That's put that in. He has no powers. He's another non-powered hero, anti-hero. He uses guns, explosives, and military tactics. Those are his tools. Now his vibe. He's a street level war zone. All day. Street level war zone. But the legacy that the Punisher leaves, man, is obvious amongst, army vets and things of that nature. But fearless, he's fearless, ruthless, but morally polarizing. That's the Punisher. That's Frank Castle for you guys. And we're going to talk about, and comparing of all those individuals, we're going to talk about the skills, gear, and morality. Also, city impact. So let's compare the street soldiers across across 4 key categories. Okay, we're going to compare the other street soldiers across 4 key categories, and number 1, we're going to go with combat skills. Okay, Batman is a master of over 100 martial arts. 100 martial arts? Are you freaking crazy? That's some crazy stuff, man. To just be like, yo, how? You know what I mean? But anyway, Night Reaper blends jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, boxing, wrestling, and Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Highly adaptable, and he's tactical. Daredevil has raw agility, boxing from his dad, plus radar-like precision. Moon Knight is unpredictable and feral. I guess is that too much to say he's feral, Punisher brings military brutality with zero mercy. Do you hear that? The Punisher brings military brutality with zero mercy. Facts. Now we're going to talk about gears and tools. Batman, top tier gadgets. The Batmobile, drones. Night Reaper has the Grim, tactical truck. He has the scythe hooks, and he has an AI based hideout. Daredevil, pure skill and his billy club. You know what I mean? You know, compared to the first two, you just like, you know. But you got Moon Knight, ritualistic weapons and mystical armor. And then you have the Punisher, arsenal of death. Now, you hear somebody say something, call somebody the arsenal of death. That's what they is, man. That's scary. That is freaking scary. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, but it's just, hey, what can you do on that end? You get what I'm saying? You dig that? You know what I mean? But hey, it is what it is. But we're gonna go next with morality. Okay? Batman has a no-kill rule. That's his one rule. A lot of you guys don't agree with the no-kill rule. Personally, for me, and to a degree, I can agree that the no-kill rule is a bit. When it comes down to certain individuals, man, it's just like, yo, bruh, you need to do something. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, going to continue. We got Daredevil. Who's next? He has deep faith, a guilt-shaped, you know, every punch. You know, if that makes sense. Guilt-shaped in every punch. Night Reaper, he doesn't kill without cause, but he walks the line if he's pushed far enough. That's where it gets to a point where's the difference between Batman and Night Reaper. And Batman is one of the inspirations that I had to create when I first wrote Night Reaper a while back. Night Reaper doesn't kill without cause. But he definitely will walk that line if he's pushed far enough. If he does not have no other choice, he will do it. Period. Moon Knight. Depends on which personality is active. Y'all know this. Moon, depending on the personality that jumps in the way for Moon Knight is who we're going to get. If they're going to be murderous or not. That's it. And then last, you got the Punisher. Kill first, questions later. Kill first, questions later. I know I'm basically I'm just making it seem, man, the Punisher just a lethal guy out here, man. Just lethal, man. It's crazy, but hey, what can you do, man? Like the Punisher, just that Frank Castle. That's all I can say. Now we're gonna talk about the city impact that each character has. You know what I mean? Batman reshaped Gotham's fear and crime structure. Daredevil's actions changed Hell's Kitchen permanently. Night Reaper became Cleveland's mythic shadow, and the city drowning in gangs and just basically a whole war zone. Moon Knight's impact is more personal and spiritual, if we really want to be honest. And then you have the Punisher. Leaves blood and chaos. He's feared, not always respected. And if you are a comic book reader, a lot of you guys know that the Punisher is definitely that guy that's not respected amongst a lot of heroes, but some understand him. Some do understand the Punisher, but you know, it's just like that, man. Then we're going to talk about who's the most relatable out of the five. We're going to talk about who's the most relatable. So here's the question. Who do people connect with the most out of the characters? Daredevil represents pain, faith, and fighting with a disability. Batman is the poster child for trauma as a purpose. Night Reaper stands for veterans, survivors, and the broken trying to fix what's left. Moon Knight reflects mental health struggles. And the Punisher, he's about vengeance without an apology. He's vengeance without an apology. There you go. Now, depending on your life experience, one of these heroes hits harder than the rest. Let's just keep it real. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys can relate to who out of the 5, as for who you understand the most, right? So these are my final thoughts, and we're also going to go into a fan vote. So you guys let me know. So who's the best street level hero in comics? I'm sorry. I know a lot of you guys are probably going to get on me and everything in the comments. Like, how you going to leave out Spider-Man, man? You crazy. Look, man, that's for a whole nother story. I said at the beginning, though, that it was going to be a little bit, tad bit to the, to the side a little bit, just a little dark a little bit. Like I said, I love Spider-Man. I do. I wanted to compare him with the other characters, man. I just felt like it was right to do so. But while we get into that, I want to talk to you guys. I want to tell y'all my personal pick for the best hero. And obviously, I'm going with my man, Night Reaper. Yeah, I know. But Night Reaper, he combines the tactical mind of Batman, the pain of the Punisher, the brutal creativity of Moon Knight, while staying grounded in real world emotion. That's why Night Reaper is my pick and why I chose Night Reaper. Now, a lot of you may say, oh, you did it because that's your character. Not necessarily. I like to still keep it fair amongst other characters. But at the same time, those who love the genre, the comics, especially if you build your heroes and things like that, what's the number one thing you do? You take inspiration from others and you put your world experiences into your characters and you make the best, you make them better. It's like a kid when parents have children. The one thing you want them to do is what? Be better than those ahead of you. You want to set a standard. The point is, your children learn. The kids, they learn from the adults. They learn from everybody that they watch and things like that. And you know what they do? They adapt everything that they've learned and they put their own twist to it and they make it better. That's my argument. And I'm gonna stick to it. And like I said, that's just me. That's my opinion. If y'all agree, man, let it be known in the comments. But you know what? Hit the comics, man. Who do you crown as the ultimate street level legend, man? Or vigilante, hero, or whoever your choice, you know what I'm saying? But use hashtag StreetHeroGo and tag us. I'll read the replies in the next episode. And I want y'all to do something for me. Y'all stay cool, y'all stay grounded, man. And remember, heroes don't need capes. Sometimes they all just need a purpose, man. Simple as that. All right, so I salute y'all. Y'all have yourselves a good one. I'll see y'all in the next episode. Peace.